In this video, we have the latest previews for the Fearless DLC pack, including new entrance videos. We got the official reveal of the Fearless pack celebrity guest, and news of a brand new weapon, plus we're also talking the Switch 2 release after it was announced that it won't support custom images. Before we get into that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's start with the latest previews for the Fearless DLC pack. Showcasing the remaining stars, the WWE Games account dropped new Jack's entrance, giving us our first look at his character model and his trash can full of weapons. This entrance motion is one of two entrances for New Jack, with this one being the motion he has for one-on-one no DQ matches, with this seeing him come out pulling a trash can full of weapons, which when he gets to ringside he then hurls into the ring, causing the weapons to come spilling out, where they'll stay once the match begins. Also staying once the match begins is New Jack's music. As posting on X, WWE Games Associate gameplay producer Brian Williams noted that New Jack's music will continue to play once the match begins, similar to how it would carry on playing during his matches in ECW. Speaking of music, as you may have heard in the clip that I played, rather than New Jack's actual theme music, which was Dr. Dre's Natural Born Killers, New Jack features In the Ghetto by Patrick David Wilson, which is the theme WWE used to dub over his original music on the WWE network. Going back to New Jack's trash can full of weapons, you may have noticed the addition of a new weapon, as the trash can includes a crutch, which is being added to the game as a brand new playable weapon. While the crutch is new to 2K25, it's not the first time that we've seen it in the series, as it was previously featured in Smackdown vs Raw 2008, as players could select a set of crutches as one of the available options when customizing weapons in Extreme Rules matches, where not only could you pull the crutches from under the ring and use them to strike opponents, but dragging them over to the crowd would trigger a unique crowd interaction where you'd take the crutch from a fan and then use it to strike your opponent.
This has Match of the Year candidate written all over it. These superstars never stop trying to outdo themselves.
Moving on to the next of the DLC reveals, we have the Fearless Pack special celebrity guest, which has now officially been announced as KSI, though watching his entrance, you wouldn't be able to tell who it was, as KSI comes out dressed as the Prime Bottle mascot, like he did at WrestleMania. Comparing KSI as the Prime Bottle to the Prime Bottle mascot that's unlocked through the Island story, both models look identical, though KSI's version comes with an alternate entrance motion and the theme music that was previously used by Logan Paul. Given the similarities between the two models and the fact that KSI doesn't unmask during his entrance, a lot of the responses to the reveal beg the question, why have him in the Prime Bottle outfit when we can already unlock that through the Island? Offering up one possible answer for that, it could be something to do with last-gen consoles, as given that the Island is a next-gen exclusive, this gives players on last-gen consoles the ability to unlock it. Following the reveal, the WWE Games account went out to share a screenshot of KSI in ring, confirming that once the match begins, he'll take off the mask to reveal his face. Zooming in on the face, the devs look to have done a great job capturing his likeness, though the big question that remains is whether or not we can edit him in the creation suite and remove the costume, as it makes sense to give him an actual wrestling attire so that we can use him in matches, and while you'd think that that was something that would be possible, it's still something that's up in the air, as the special guest NBA stars in the Duncan Destruction pack couldn't be edited, so it remains to be seen if that's also the case for KSI. Moving on to the last of the DLC previews, and potentially saving the best till last, the WWE Games account went on to release the full entrance video for Penta. The footage of Penta's entrance confirms that we're getting his debut attire, which is taken from his match with Chad Gable on the January 13th episode of Raw, with the footage showing Penta entering a jacket and going on to remove part of his mask. Rather than remove the jacket like he did originally, he carries on wearing this throughout the entrance, with Penta then performing the Cerro taunt, which comes complete with a new crowd chant. Sharing more on Penta, WWE Games Associate gameplay producer Brian Williams has shared some cool little extras that they've added for Penta, the first being a unique taunt action where he'll remove his glove and perform the Cerro taunt, with Brian noting that this can be triggered by holding down the right trigger and pressing down on the D-pad. Another unique feature for Penta comes in regards to the chain wrestling system, as should you select the drive option that pushes your opponent back towards the ropes and then perform a cheap shot, Penta will perform the Cerro taunt and then shove his opponent in the face. So that's the latest updates regarding the Fearless DLC pack. However, switching gears, let's talk the Nintendo Switch 2 version, which is also set to release on July 23rd, as an update on the 2K support site has revealed that a major feature won't be supported, as 2K have confirmed that the Switch 2 version of the game won't support the uploading or downloading of custom images, nor will it support cross-platform community creations. This news comes via an update to the image uploaders support page, which shares details of how to upload custom images, as ahead of the Switch 2 release. That article has been updated and it now states the following in regards to using the image uploader website. If you're playing on Switch 2, you won't be able to upload or view custom images from other platforms. Scrolling down the page, there's also an update to the image uploader for crossplay section that notes which platforms can share content, with this update stating, Nintendo Switch 2 players will not see image uploader based community creations from any platform or be able to upload their own. This update is devastating for players who've pre-ordered the Switch 2 version and plan to download content from community creations, as given the updates to the support page, players on the Switch 2 won't be able to download any creations that use custom images. Not having access to community creations or creations that use custom images means that the Switch 2 version will be extremely limited, as there's no way to import face textures to use with creations or to import logos to update attires, effectively reverting the creation suite back to the days of the early SmackDown vs Raw games where players were limited to updating attires using in-game logos, symbols and text. While we don't have any official reason for the change, if I were to speculate, and again, pure speculation, this could be a change that's been forced by Nintendo, as generally the Switch consoles are used by younger players, and therefore there may be concerns regarding the uploading of certain images, which is something that has already seemingly affected other versions of the game and caused the removal of the most recent tab. While the removal of custom images is devastating to players, for 2K it means players that want to update characters will now be forced to purchase t-shirts and other items from the island, as if you want to update John Cena for example, the only way to do this is to buy his new shirt using VC. So that's where I'm going to leave this one for the time being until we get more information about it, or if 2K come out and confirm it. But in the meantime, if you're planning on getting the Switch 2 version and community creations is something that you want, personally, I would hold off until we get more details on how this will work. So that's your latest news roundup. Bit of a sour one to end on, but hopefully we get confirmation soon. In the meantime though, stay tuned to the channel as I'll have more on the Switch 2 version coming up, along with details of the new patch update and DLC coverage. Until then though, if you missed any of the previous updates, I'll leave a link to those on screen. Thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.